Hello, nerds.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Cody.
I'm Aurora.
That took you a little too long to say. We're married now.
Yeah.
I wish you wouldn't had worn that on your non-broken hand. You're like, oh, Cody has been snapping my wrist. No, Aurora has joint problems.
I have a disorder.
Anyway,
Okay.
we are married now, which means, legally speaking, we are allowed to start a YouTube channel.
Yep. We started a couple's prank channel.
Yeah. So on today's episode, I'm gonna pretend to decapitate our dog. Okay. What the hell is this intro?
We'll
Today.
edit it.
Anyway, no, we're gonna put this raw. I don't want to do any work. We're gonna raw dog this video.
I wasn't gonna say that.
Today, because we are newlyweds, we are going to find out WikiHow to save a marriage. Every marriage is unique. So, no.
All the marriages I've been in are the same.
Avoid blaming, stonewalling, and launching personal attacks against each other. Well, it's a good thing Aurora doesn't have Twitter. Rebuild.
What are you even saying about me?
Step 1, addressing your conflict.
I
Right.
just want to point out these
Sausage fingers.
fingers. Like, where are the fingernails?
This is the main conflict of the marriage, is their spouse keeps ripping off their fingernails in the night. Make a list of your differences and disagreements. Marriage struggles aren't always related to major events like cheating or heated arguments. They are in this case.
Both.
The major argument was about the cheating. I'm just too good at it, okay? Look, I'm sorry. When you look like this, when you're just an absolute smoke show,
Wearing a Waluigi t-shirt.
look, I'm wearing my sexiest shirt for this, all right? All my videos are thirst traps. That is a fact. Ask yourself focused questions such as, have you and your spouse grown apart? Do you have incompatible goals, desires, or visions of the future? See, my goal is to continue sleeping with people, but for whatever reason, Aurora has a problem with that.
Mm-hmm.
Explain yourself.
You're supposed to use I statements.
I really like cheating.
I think you need to explain yourself.
I think you need to explain yourself, and I think you need to stop being so judgmental. Are your physical and emotional needs being met? What about your partner's needs? I've got 140,000 followers on TikTok. I don't need to pay attention to my partner's needs anymore. Do you and your spouse listen when the other says something? Is your communication limited to short conversations about necessities?
When I go.
So what I'm fearing from this. Step 2.
Look at his face.
Yeah,
Does he look like the guy from Ratatouille? Or
he looks like the guy from Ratatouille's like uncle that he's not allowed to talk to. Identify the issues that underlie major marital problems. If your conflict is centered on a major violation, What?
Such as infidelity, you still need to. Oh, infidelity is a link.
How to save a marriage after infidelity, anyone?
Major violations such as infidelity, you still need to look for underlying issues. Identify and address those issues, or you and your spouse might fall into the same negative patterns in the future.
I like that they needed 2 citations to say addressing. If you don't address issues, they'll pop up later. Suppose you cheated on your spouse. In addition to rebuilding trust, you and your spouse must confront the factors that led to your infidelity, like you not being hot enough. Oh wait, I think you're not hot enough.
You're so mean to me.
This is gonna get like CPS called on me, but for like marriage. Keep in mind, placing blame isn't productive. Instead of saying, I cheated because you were emotionally and physically unavailable, say, what I did was wrong, and I cheated because you were emotionally and physically unavailable. I'd like to work on regaining your trust and finding solutions to our difficulties. You know how it's like, we're having a baby?
Yeah.
I mean, we're not having a baby, but that's the phrase. We're cheating on each other.
Well,
No, I'm not. I want to make it very clear I'm not cheating on Aurora. I love them very much. I would never do that unless somebody offered me, like, free food. But I feel like that would be justified. If it was, like, really good chicken wings.
plus $1,000. If it's $1,000 or more, you're allowed.
All right, you hear that, fans? Step 3. Who is winning the marriage, the husband or the wife? We are tied at love all, which is very ironic.
Their counter's made of Swiss
Yeah,
cheese.
their counter is made of the moon.
Moon counter.
Look for potential solutions to your difficulties. What are specific changes both of you can make to improve your situation? So, I think you need to start working out more. You need more surgeries. I've learned all of this from mobile game ads.
Divorce.
It's not funny, John.
That's what I'm talking about. If you've wondered, like, why is Cody cheating so much? Aurora is awesome. It's because everything I've learned from marriage is from mobile game ads. Try drawing a line down the middle of a sheet of paper. On one side, list the things you could work on, and on the other, list the things your spouse could do. You and your spouse could each make lists, then compare them with each other. That definitely won't go wrong.
Real talk, like, this should be done in the presence of a marriage counselor. If you're still, like, friends, maybe it's okay, but, like, if you have a really bad relationship, I feel like this would just lead to a screaming argument.
Yeah, point out your partner's flaws. That's a great idea.
It's the Ratatouille uncle guy
It's the
again.
Ratatouille uncle guy again, wearing what I assume is a sweatshirt that he's worn for the past 7 days. He spilled something on himself, and then he's like, I need to save my marriage.
It looks like one of our friends.
Oh yeah, let's say her full name and address.
I don't remember her address, Cody.
I don't remember her name. What's this step for?
I'm just looking at the one person's hands, like, this is what I'm doing.
Commit to working on your individual shortcomings. Keep your tone constructive when you discuss your list of potential solutions. Focus on how you can contribute to a solution instead of emphasizing the changes your spouse should make. Likewise, your spouse should focus on what they can do. I feel like this is the same advice 4 times in a row. I feel like I have not learned anything since step 1. I feel like this is all just figure out your problems. Figure out your problems.
We just have to try harder, Cody.
Yeah, see, that's this. Okay, one thing you need to work on in our marriage is remembering what my goddamn name is. Try saying, these are some changes I think we could make. We'll both need to put forth effort. And I don't want you to feel like I'm just giving you a list of things you need to do, even though that's exactly what I'm doing. Step 5 is go to a therapist, apparently.
Dude, these people changed finally.
Oh no, see,
It was
okay.
the same people for like 3 slides, and now it's
Now we've got a man with a beard and no mustache. This is the same. This is like, 3 years later.
he's sleeping through their marriage counseling.
He looks like he's at church.
It does look like a pew, kind of.
Yeah. The world's first couch made entirely of driftwood. What's the advice?
Fall asleep in your marriage counselor.
Finally, some new advice. Get some help from a marriage counselor. A counselor can offer an objective perspective and help you find the skills that you need to mend the gap in your relationship. Try not to be nervous or self-conscious about your stupid-looking face.
Cody, you're gonna confuse the people who can listen to English but not read it.
All right, if you don't read, don't watch this video. This is only for people who can read.
Oh, God.
All right. It's particularly wise to seek counseling if you're dealing with issues like infidelity, addiction, or contempt. Contempt.
Oh, look that guy had
Yeah.
on his face. Wait, let's look at it. Which one was it? Oh wait, no.
No, that's not. That's kind of the opposite of contempt, I think. I honestly.
That's what she has on her.
Yeah,
face.
that she has contempt.
And he's got, like,
I like how
desire.
in his fantasies she has contempt for him.
Maybe that's how women treat him all
Yeah.
the time, so he just doesn't know.
Yeah, he
that they
doesn't
have
know that
other-
he's been listening to too many alpha podcasts. Contempt is when partners express disgust, sneer, scoff, or attempt to demoralize each other with insults such as, "You're a loser. There's something wrong with you. You'll never be good enough. I'm cheating on you. You should be hotter. Let's start a YouTube channel." Part 2. We have aged 30 years. It has taken 30 years to get to part 2.
And somehow he lost all of his facial hair.
Yes.
Even though he's gotten older. How are we supposed to know that time has passed?
Yes. He's not even wearing glasses.
Also, I can't tell if his mouth is supposed to be open here or if this is
That's a shadow of a potato chip. There's just a floating potato chip off screen.
Yeah, I feel like that should be an art piece in some museum. Just like a floating potato chip.
Just a floating potato chip.
It's a commentary on American eating habits.
One of the
something.
janitors will end up eating that potato chip. Provide constructive feedback instead of launching personal attacks. However, if you and your spouse launch constant personal attacks, being in each other's presence feels like walking on eggshells. Do you feel like you're walking on eggshells?
I mean, if you don't care about breaking the eggshells, it doesn't really change how you walk.
Yeah, I don't think, unless you're very light, I feel like you're kind of just gonna break those eggs. I feel like that's it's a stupid phrase. This is what we've learned. We've learned nothing about how to save our marriage, but we've learned that the phrase walking on eggshells does not make any sense. Instead of saying, "You always ignore me,"
There's something wrong with you.
say, "I feel belittled and insecure when I say something and you don't respond. I'd appreciate it if we could work on treating each other with more respect." I can hear the contempt in that sentence.
That second one is, I mean, it's a little better than "there's something wrong with you," right? But it still feels like extremely passive aggressive. Like, I'd appreciate it. That's a lot of the times when people start a sentence with that, they're being passive aggressive. I do that. Sorry. We do need to fix our marriage. It's all my fault.
Yes. If there's one thing that you learn, it's never the guy's fault.
Oh, God.
I've been listening to a lot of alpha male podcasts.
Or instead of saying, "You never help me with the dishes."
Or, this is a more accurate interpretation, "You never help me with the dishes." Because that's what ladies be sounding like. Am I right, guys?
I've been listening to a lot of alpha male podcasts.
I'm sorry.
You might say, "I feel overwhelmed and like our household duties.
Our household duties.
Can you help me fix this?" It's like when you keep clogging the toilet.
I've gotten better. I'm eating carrots sometimes. I'm having it less often. I don't like it when you tell people about my bowel movements.
I'm sorry. Can you help me fix this?
All right. Let's see. What's step 2 of part 2? Get a face tattoo.
He's the nose avatar.
Get a face tattoo of the recycling logo. Preferably just above your non-existent lips.
Just reduce and reuse, though.
Yeah, no, we're not recycling. We're just reducing and
just the 2 arrows.
Yeah. Stop, breathe, and relax instead of yelling. It's not. Wait, why is there a stop? Okay, what is this? Stop.
Yeah.
Control your Okay, that actually makes sense.
That does make sense.
Yeah, that's not funny. Do your very best to control your temper. If I cannot yell at my wife when they got my car stolen, you can deal with that, like them accidentally breaking your vase, your man vase.
Your man vase.
Your man vase.
You broke my man vase in my man cave.
Inhale slowly. Close your eyes, count, and remind yourself that you'll only solve your problems with mutual respect. Imagine you're in the middle of an argument and then the person just goes That's not gonna make the situation better. Whenever you're about to blow your top, count to 10 before you say anything. Make sure to do this internally.
You're like, Cody, I can't believe you. 1, 2.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly like that. Step 3, divorce your wife.
Like, is he wearing a halter
No,
top?
he cut off the sleeves of the sweater. He's just wearing an apron.
He was
so
trying
concerned.
to do that, sexy thing that people will do in movies sometimes where they're just, cooking in the kitchen in the apron. And she didn't appreciate it.
I mean, to be fair...
And now they have to end their
To be fair, her parents were over. Set a no stonewalling rule, meaning no rioting and no throwing bricks at cops. Happy Pride, everybody, almost. Unless I'm really bad at editing this, in which case, Happy Pride, everybody. Try saying, I know it can be tough to work through problems, and it's just easier to ignore each other. End quote. Step 4, divorce the idea of your husband.
Look at
Look at his, that is, censor that hand. No,
Wait.
that doesn't work. You can't just put your hand in front of the screen recording. That's not how it works. Avoid making assumptions about your spouse's intentions. You see, when I cheated on you, it wasn't because I didn't respect you. It's because I respected you so much. I saw you were in the shower and I'm like, okay, Aurora's busy. So I'll just go over to my neighbor's apartment and take care of what I need there. All right? That's called being considerate.
Give your spouse the benefit of the doubt instead of always assuming their words and actions are malicious.
Unless they're Skeletor.
Evelyn, you don't do the dishes enough. I feel like you don't respect me.
Do your best to show them empathy instead of responding with anger.
Yeah. Unless it's funny, in which case then you can respond with anger. You're allowed to do whatever you want. It's called free speech.
Don't do that.
We just have a giant we just have a giant thing that says don't do that just right above my head. Anytime I say anything stupid.
Try saying, I don't want us to shut each other out, and we're not going to get anywhere unless we open up to each other. We need to Am I allowed to say this? We need to let each other in.
You're the one that made that weird, okay? That's on you. Somebody answers the door for you, and you're like, they go, come in. You're like, oh, whoa, I didn't know it was this kind of thing. No. It's a normal phrase.
It'd be so hard to have that attitude about things and also be a vampire.
And also be a vampire, yes. Strive to have substantial conversations regularly. Set aside a time of day for you and your spouse to have a good talk. Try to keep distractions such as TV, phones, your annoying ass kids, or work to a minimum. Rather than discussing chores and necessities, talk about your opinions, feelings, curiosities, fears, and goals. Don't do that. You might accidentally find you don't want to know your partner's opinions. Don't ask them their favorite color, because if they're probably going to say white, and you're going to be like, what did they mean by that?
Oh.
I don't know where I'm going with this, but it's nowhere good, so let's stop.
Alright, it might take some time for deeper conversations to come naturally. It's a little weird that you're to the marriage stage and that hasn't happened yet, but okay.
Yeah, you know how you get married and then you're like, oh wait, I've got to talk to this person now?
I don't know who this person is. Why are
Yeah.
they in my house? As you go about your day, note news stories, funny things you see, and other potential conversation starters.
You got it at the end there. I'm proud of you.
Thanks. Providing each other a shoulder to lean on can help you rebuild your bond. Lean on me.
It's copyrighted.
Not if I sing it. Is that a rule now?
Yeah, if you sing it very flat, then they can't sue you.
You're
Lean
being
on
mean to
me when you're not strong. I'll be your friend.
I'll help
You carry on. That actually was kind of a decent harmony. That was not on purpose.
We were were trying to be bad.
Maybe that's how we save our marriages. We start being terrible to each other, and then good things will happen. All right, what's part 6?
So unsafe. How to make sure.
Take attendance. He's got a bathtub and a pee jar. His thumb is like 1.5 inches long. What's part 6?
I don't know. What do you think he'll be?
Be present.
Be present. I think he'll be go to the bathroom so you don't poop yourself in the bed.
Focus on the present instead of bringing up the past. Well, I was completely wrong.
That picture doesn't.
Yeah, that doesn't convey that at all. That could be a picture in how to receive a present. Present. Resolving conflicts with your spouse isn't about winning a fight. Instead, aim to make your point calmly and rationally, and work with your spouse to find a compromise. If you constantly dredge up Fred Durst. If you're constantly bringing up Limp Bizkit, don't.
They'll feel attacked.
That's probably why your marriage is failing. Honey, I want to get down with the sickness with you for the rest of our lives.
Cody, you have to stop doing.
If you constantly dredge up old dirt on your spouse, they'll feel attacked instead of involved in the discussion. As difficult as it is, try to forgive them for hurting you in the past. Focus on your marriage's present and future.
Oh, look, he's daydreaming about.
All right.
Well, they aren't even like holding hands. They're like, he's daydreaming about his crush putting.
I think that's his hands. I think he's just daydreaming about doing this.
He's just daydreaming about holding his own hand.
Yeah, and not even well. Remember your relationship's positive aspects. Okay, well, we gotta skip that one. There isn't any. Step 2, perform small acts of kindness every day.
Slip a note into their bag before they leave for work.
If you ever want to see your husband alive again, send $100,000 to this address. Do not get the police involved.
Step 3, go on fun, exciting dates together.
Like space. Yes.
Step 4, have your husband get pregnant.
Yeah, why are they?
Yeah, why is he?
They're like both doing this.
That's what they mean. We're pregnant. Open up about your physical and emotional needs. See, when we're making sweet, sweet love, I need you to rub my belly and tell me I'm a good boy.
And let them know that they can trust you and that they can share anything without fear of judgment. Is there anything you want to share, Cody?
No, because I know you'll judge me. I'm done with that step 4. All right, step 5. Grow old together.
This is Steed and...
This is Steed and Blackbeard, yes.
There's the ocean there, so that must be who this is.
Yes, this is clearly Our Flag Means Death reference. All right, Let's see what it is. Try to become physically intimate little by little. Just like Steed Bonnet and Edward teach in Our Flag Means Death. Spoilers for Our Flag Means Death.
Sorry.
Oops. Look, if you're watching our channel, you're probably already gay. So, you've probably already seen that show.
And if you're not,
and if you're not, subscribe!
So well for our agenda. Oh, this is good, though. Check in with your spouse to make sure they're comfortable. That's always very cute.
Make sure their beanbag chair is sufficiently beaned.
Are you comfortable, sweetie? Would you like more beans?
Would you like more beans? And that's it. How do I fix poor communication in my marriage? First, read the article.
The 4 horsemen.
Learn about the 4 horsemen of communication. There's pestilence, there's plague, there's sickness, and there's the sniffles.
Okay.
All right. So I think our marriage is saved.
Yes.
Next we'll learn how to wash a blanket. Because that is the next step in marriage.
How to make a mini golf course.
Okay, see, they said have fun dates. And what's more fun than creating a miniature golf course, and not like one in your apartment. Like, we gotta go fill out like business licenses, and that's
Yes.
the date. If this has
Same.
saved your marriage, leave us a like.
Hopefully our extra advice helped you.
Yes.
It was very well thought out.
Yes, this is all scripted.
And we have been married for a very long
We
time.
have been married.
It's been like 15 days, and it feels like forever.
Yeah.
So,
Subscribe if you want to become gay.
like the video if you like this
Yes.
dog.
If we get less than 10 likes, we get rid of the dog.
Okay.
Thank you so much for watching. We don't have a
Yeah.
schedule. We don't have a plan. We're just going to goof around and, see if people like this. And if you don't tell us. We're very sensitive. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Drive safe. All right, Preen, you have anything to say? No.